Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I am here to talk Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got the season premiere, and we're going to review it. We're going to talk Cheraye Whitfield. She recently went on Carlos King regarding the whole Phaedra and Kandi situation. I want to talk to you guys about that because it's coincidental that he would ask her about that, considering that it was alleged that while he was producing the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that he actually was the one who told Phaedra the rumor that then told Porsha. So we're going to get into that, guys. I want to talk Marlo. She was on Watch What Happens Live talking about Porsha. So before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my videos so you don't miss anything that I'm posting. I post sporadically, just depending on the content and what's going on in the Real Housewives world. So let's go ahead and get started. Cheraye Whitfield is returning. She's an OG. She really helped build the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. And I, for one, am excited to see her back. Please comment, let me know what you guys think. I loved the scene of Kenya and Marlo and Cheraye just kikiing, just like they were laughing. They were asking Cheraye about her boyfriend, who has been in prison for several years. If you are new to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he was allegedly a promoter at the clubs, and it was always rumored that him and Nene had some sort of a fling, if you will, before he got with Cheraye. Well, he ended up getting in trouble. I'm not exactly sure of his crime. I think it was a federal case that had to do with some sort of money laundering. I don't know the details, but he was incarcerated for more than a couple of years. So Cheraye has been holding him down, being his ride or die. So we're going to get to see what this season, what is going to happen now that he's home from prison. But he's home from prison, that doesn't mean that he is actually free and gets to do what he wants. Usually you are on a sort of supervision after you've been incarcerated for a long period of time. So it's typical that he may come home to a halfway house where he has to reside there with other, people that are coming home from prison. They help them get a job and they actually live there, but it's obviously a lot more freedom than prison. And then sometimes they will bring them home and put them on electronic monitoring. And then that they basically GPS the person. They know where you're at all times. And you have like curfews, and you write a schedule to your parole officer of what days you work and whatever you may be doing. And then those are the times that you are allowed to be out and about. And then you have to be home and they monitor you. So that is why he is not in Atlanta, and he probably paroled to Philly because you have to show that you have some sort of stability, that you have a family or you have a home to go home to. So if Cheraye wasn't willing to move him into the chateau, he had the parole home to Philly so that he had the resources to get back on his feet. Now, what I want to talk about is I love that they asked her how the sex was and she said it was quick. I died. I died. It was just such a cute scene and it seemed really genuine. And I really like that Marlo dressed up as Kenya. Kenya looks amazing, by the way. She looks amazing. I have to Google how old she is because I was like, she looks so good. Okay, now to get into the tea with this whole podcast, everyone's speaking about it. So Carlos King is a producer. He was with Bravo for a long time. He produced on some of the top, if they rate the top 10 episodes between all of the housewives, he produced like 7 out of 10 of them. So he is a very respected producer in the field as well. Now, he interviewed Cheraye and he was asking her about Phaedra. Now, Phaedra was on, well, we haven't seen it yet, but she was included with Taylor Armstrong and the ladies, and she filmed the Real Housewives Ultimate Girl Trip. Now, we haven't seen that air yet, but what is crazy is that Kandi said that if Phaedra ever came back, she would graciously bow out. She would not work with Phaedra. If you guys don't remember, there was this whole season of rumors that, Kandi and Todd were married, and allegedly they, got freaky, and that's whenever she came out with her sex toys, I think, round about that time, or she came out with them after, actually. I think that's what triggered the whole sex toy line. There were like rumors that she was like trying to get with Porsha, and that, you know, her and Todd were allegedly trying to take Porsha home. And so these, you know, rumors circulated all season. Well, by the time the rumors were done, the rumor was allegedly that Todd and Kandi had a sex dungeon, and that they drugged people to take them home and have, you know, three-ways with them, basically. So think T.I. and Tiny. That was basically what was being alleged amongst the women. Now, the rumor was brought into the group by Porsha, who claims that she heard it from Phaedra. Now, Porsha really did her due diligence here, because she made sure that Phaedra heard it with her own ears before she brought it to the cast and onto the show. Now, when it blew up at the reunion that these turned out to be the allegations, Kandi lost her mind, which who wouldn't lose their mind? And then Phaedra admitted that she did not hear them. She kind of, yeah, that's pretty much what she said. But the rumor was that Carlos King was the one that told Phaedra about Kandi and Todd allegedly drugging people, taking them home to have three-ways. But the information was so hard. I mean, like, Kandi has kids. Like, those are not harmless rumors. Like, that could do serious damage to your business, to your family, to your reputation. And because it was so uncalled for and it was literally made up out of nowhere, I understand why she would be so upset. And I do understand why she would be hesitant to work with Phaedra again. I probably wouldn't want to work with her ever again either. But it's just legendary that Carlos is asking Cheraye on his show about it, when he allegedly was to blame for the rumor in the first place. And what else is crazy is several years later, it came out. Remember, we were hearing all these rumors about these women suing T.I. and Tiny because they were out allegedly, you know, getting them intoxicated and having three-ways, and they were waking up after passing out and blacking out. And all this is alleged, of course, but it sounded a lot like the rumors that were started about Kandi and Todd. Just saying. Now, Sheree doesn't agree with that. She thinks Phaedra should be allowed to come back. She says that she's been in uncomfortable situations. She's spoken about things she didn't want to speak about. They all have. And if it's a reality show and it's genuine, then, you know, Kandi shouldn't have a say in who comes back. But it's like Kandi and Andy Cohen are like this right now. It seems like, especially with her spinoff. So we'll just see what happens there. Sheree also mentioned that she threw her, you know, her fashion show, and we're gonna see Kim Z. We thought we were gonna see Kim Z, but then she bailed last minute, allegedly because Bravo didn't want to pay her. You know, she's having financial problems. They like have a website. Kim Z has like a website of her family's closet of clothes, gently used clothes that they're selling. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Also, you know, Sheree was kind of like, you know, some people want to get paid when they go to events, even if you're friends on the outside, but they used to be a housewife, they still want to get paid. And what made me think of something was Teddy from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Basically, when she did the podcast with the women in Palm Springs, she did not guest appear on the Real Housewives because she wasn't getting paid. And she said, I'm not doing anything that I don't get paid for. But she also tried to make it seem she wouldn't film unless if she was coming back as a full-time housewife. And we know that's never, ever, ever going to happen. So, and she's now doing the commentary for Entertainment Tonight. So Teddy used the Entertainment Tonight commentary and then also had the women on her podcast as a reason to hang with them in Palm Springs while they were filming the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, now we need to move on to Marlo. Marlo was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was asked about Porsha and Simon. And she, you know, Andy Cohen said, do you think that they're going to stay together? Is their relationship going to last? And Marlo's response was, as long as the money doesn't run out. I couldn't believe she said that, really. I mean, I should have believed that she said that, but I guess I was just surprised because I didn't realize that Marlo and Porsha had so much animosity towards each other. I also posted a photo on my Instagram, HW Historian. There's a link in my bio. Because Marlo had a big premiere party and there was a woman there was like a group photo of 5 women, and I was like staring at it and I'm like, man, that girl looks really familiar. Who is that girl? And I realized that it was Fallon, Simon's ex-wife. She was wearing this beautiful white suit that she wore in her interview with Up and Adam before she got pregnant, before we even knew everything that we know now. So Marlo had Fallon at her premiere party and also made the comment on Watch What Happens Live. So there must be some beef there. Porsha's been posting to her story of Simon and their Rolls Royce, and they're singing Beyonce, and they're drinking mimosas, and everything seems to be good now. So I guess we'll just see what happens. With Marlo, I also wanted to mention that she dressed up as Kenya for that first scene when she went to meet them with Dancing with the Stars with that wig on. And she looked really pretty, but I didn't understand why she did that. I guess maybe it was her way of supporting Kenya. But to me, I wasn't really sure why she was dressed as Kenya. Marlo's collection of clothes, wow, guys, she has spent a lot of money on clothes over the years, a lot of money, and we wish her the best with her business. It's unique. I mean, I'm not in the business, so I wouldn't know anything about that, but I do know that the housewives love when they have a company that they can order from that ships it to them and takes returns. That's why sometimes you'll see some of the women from different franchises wearing the same items because they all shop from this one particular company that lets them return. Yeah, that is true. And then I want to touch base on Drew, Drop It with Drew. I want to know what you guys think of her. I'm trying really hard to give her another chance. She does seem sweet, but I also think that she fibs a lot. I think that's what seems disingenuous about her. I think that she's sweet and she seems nice and seems like she has a good heart, but I think that she fibs a lot about like her and her husband's relationship, and just from what even the other housewife, the new housewife, the Olympian, gold medalist, she even said, like, I don't think Drew's being completely honest with me, because she was like, oh, I eat these through these little meals that she had the ladies come over and taste. Basically, Shannon from the Real Housewives OC used to do that, but she did a frozen food line. Drew, I don't know if they're shipping them fresh or how they ship it, but they microwave it. And so she had the ladies taste some of her samples from the Drop It with Drew. And then they did, they went to the confessional and she said, like, I don't think that Drew is being honest. And then they showed, producers are so shady, they showed a before photo of Drew and an after photo of Drew after the 25 pounds. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I think she looked great in the second photo, of course. I mean, I don't know what 25 pounds looks like on Drew. 25 pounds on me, you wouldn't even notice because I'm very tall, but maybe it's different for Drew. I'm not sure, but they definitely did it to be shady. And Drew said she eats these meals all week long. And the ladies just didn't seem to really believe that. So she was also drinking champagne while eating the meals. But, we wish her the best. I want to like her. I like that they do, I do think her and her husband, like, they put their business out there for sure. And I think that it's true, because that's the kind of man that, takes off and goes to the beach for 3 days and just leaves you. So that is adding up to me. I think that's an actual real storyline. I think that's actually something that's going on. So I'm excited to see this season, and I want to know what you guys think. So make sure you hit that like button and follow so you don't miss anything. And I hope you have a great Monday.